join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to our flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We're very honored this morning to have with us one of our favorite citizens here in the county, Jeff Likens. And Jeff's going to do a little presentation too on the procurement summary from the 2016 electric and natural gas.
Well, I don't think he's doing the presentation.
Oh, you're not going to present?
No,
He is going to.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we're going to recognize you in a minute, though, so just get prepared.
I'll speak about him in a minute.
All right, that's right.
Not
Hey,
personally.
we like to talk about them, so
You
go
stopped
ahead.
his heart for a minute there. It's that 15-point PowerPoint presentation you came with. Yeah.
Steve had asked me to fill you in because we have finished both the natural gas and the electric supply contracts for our follow-on of our existing. Back in January, we did the RFP for a broker to help us develop the strategy. We had 6 bids, and we ended up contracting with Bid Your Energy again, who had done it for us 3 years ago, I believe. And we did that in April. So in early May, Bid Your Energy solicited pricing offers for a couple of different options for our county electric supply. We started with electric. We looked at, our goal was fixed price, but they also talked about block pricing, which is incremental index type pricing. They split our accounts up into 2 groups, our larger users as well as our small accounts. And we ended up getting down to 2 qualified vendors, where Likens was one of them and Direct Energy, our current supplier, was the other vendor. When the final prices came in on June 8th, 2016, we ended up reviewing those. Likens came in lower than Direct in both of our account groups, and it was better for us to price both account groups separately than to come in with a consolidated pricing for all of the accounts. So what we're looking at is a price of 4.68 for our large accounts, and that's per kilowatt hour. And for our small accounts, it's 4.414. And both of those are savings. We're going to look at probably a savings of 2.5% over our 2016 July rate. And let me explain that. We were under a fixed price contract with with Direct Energy through the end of this year. In July, there was a change in the pricing that our contract allowed to be passed on to us, which resulted in an increase. So it's these rates are a little bit different than what we had in our fixed rates. So we're looking at a 2.5% savings over those, but it's really a little bit of a growth over what we were paying for the first portion of that last term.
Where do you actually draw the delineation between the large and small?
It's based on the rate codes that Duke has. They call them DS and DM type rate codes. So the consumption, I believe, Duke makes that call, so we split them the same way that Duke has them split based on the rate codes they charge us. So we will be under contract with Likens starting in January of next year for all of our electric accounts. When we went out in July for our natural gas, there's only about 35 different natural gas accounts. Bid Your Energy did the same thing. They looked at qualified vendors. They reviewed the contracts for us. We got down to the final pricing on July 27th, and we had prices from Interstate Gas, who is our current supplier, and we also had prices from Constellation. The reason we went with Interstate Gas was because it was a fixed price. We always have a little bit of heartburn about the variable fluctuations. Constellation was pricing the gas at what they call the city gate, and the price between the city gate fixed price and what we would have to pay are variable type factors that impact our overall cost. Today, and when we did it in July, the Constellation rate based on those factors was a little bit less, but the trend of those factors was negative for us. So it would have caused, if that trend continued, that factor would have caused the rates to go higher. So we stayed with IGS and we stayed with a fixed price. Today we're at 4.37 per MCF, which is cubic feet. millions, hundred thousands cubic feet, and then we're going to go to, I'm sorry, today we're at 475. We're going to 437. So we're going to have a 8% savings on natural gas for our accounts. So overall, it was good. We're getting hit right now between July and the end of the year for the increase from direct energy on electric, but it'll drop back to the fixed price once we start with lichens back in January. So.
You know, we tried to do the countywide aggregation last year on the ballot, and I think if the citizens in the county knew what kind of price they could get, I think they would vote.
We have to be careful. We have to be careful. This is probably, and Jeff may be able to throw some comments in here. The price that we would be able to get for the citizens in the county may vary from this somewhat because of the citizens' demands versus the demands of our system.
I mean, bidding it as an aggregate for the county,
yeah,
we can get
the
a better rate
aggregation
than any
helps.
township could.
Right, right. The aggregation definitely helps us.
Yeah.
Because this is the first time we've broken our accounts up into 2 different account groups. It just came in a little bit more cost beneficial for us.
What's fortuitous for lichens, I mean, Bid Your Energy went worldwide for bidding on this, and our local county gas electric supplier won it. And that's awesome.
It was nice to see.
Those were blind bids, right? Nobody knew.
Yes, they talked. Okay, they went out for like pre-pricing, and they requested contract documents. Bid Your Energy then reviewed those, looked at what the contracts were, looked at the ability of the providers to make sure that, you know, we were getting somebody that we knew was going to be able to provide the service, and determined from that. They did the qualification determinations, and they came down with lichens and direct energy being the most qualified and the best price based on the pre-pricing. So when we did final, it worked out well.
I think the other nice thing about Bid Your Energy is that they weren't brokering this. They weren't adding their 2 or 3% on it. They basically was a flat fee, and
right.
in the end, we go directly to lichens. So.
We had a contract directly with Bid Your Energy. We paid them a fee just to do this work because they do it once for the 3-year term, then they're done, as opposed to their piece of the costs going to them on an annual basis based on our consumptions.
Well, the county has won, no doubt.
I think it was
second time we've done this.
If you look at it, timing was good. The market was good right now to go out. Hopefully in 3 years, when we have to do this again, we'll hit a good point in the market again.
When will we have this on the agenda?
You have already authorized everything. We did the Bid Your Energy. You authorized Steve to sign the pricing agreements. So Steve signed them both. We are under contract.
Awesome.
And Duke will be notified by lichens that they will be our supplier starting in January, and Direct will also be notified that they will no longer. The other benefit to this one over the one we've had for the last couple of years is lichens will actually be billed, their piece of the supplier will be billed on our Duke contract, on our Duke invoices, as opposed to we were getting a separate invoice from Direct. So that'll be a good thing for us. Just minor headaches.
Great job, Suki.
Jeff, come on up and say a few words. Thanks, Suki.
Your prepared speech, Jeff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I obviously want to thank the county for the business. It's, in my mind, it's always great when local government and local business can work together. It's especially exciting for lichens that, you know, to be able to supply energy to the county we were founded in, have grown in, and are still in for the last 68 years. So I just want to thank everybody in the process. It's exciting for us, and we'll do what's necessary to make it work right.
Jeff, do you want to comment on that business you guys acquired last year that does a lot of these work?
Well, we acquired a company called Step Resources last year that really, it's in the electric and energy world, but it doesn't sell electricity, it doesn't sell natural gas, it doesn't broker. It has 2 lines of business. One line of business, we will actually come in and manage large companies' electrical loads for them. If they want us to shop their business, we will, but we don't. It's a flat fee type of deal. We don't broker it STEP doesn't sell any electricity. It will, and we also manage physical plants. So we manage about 10 physical substations throughout the country. We have several large international customers that we manage their electrical load. Everything from looking at their equipment and analyzing it hourly and sending them instant alerts that says, one of our large customers that makes airplanes, we can actually send them an email instantly and say, look, for the last 3 days you've not used this machine. If you turn it off between these 2 hours, that's going to save you X amount of dollars. So we do those kind of things with it. It's completely separate from Lycans because its business is working just for the customer, and we do not want the customers to believe that just because they're owned by Lycans Energy automatically gets the business. They don't. Lycans Energy bids on STEP's business if they feel necessary to do it. So it's an exciting time for our company and for the county overall. We're happy to be here. So thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're glad it all worked out. All right, item number 1 on our agenda is Resolution 126-16 to pay our bills in the amount of $2,134,869.25. Is there a motion to adopt that resolution?
So moved.
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. Judy, item 2, please.
Good morning. Judy Eschman, Director of Clermont County Job and Family Services. Item 2 is my recommendation, with concurrence of Stephen H. Raybolt, County Administrator, to adopt Resolution Number 127-16, resolving to assign authority to myself as Director of Job and Family Services to serve as the Board of Clermont County Commissioners designee, therefore granting authority to sign and execute the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services Inter-County Agreement and Certification Release and Acceptance of Funds Form, JFS 02719, effective August 10, 2016 through December 31st, 2016, pursuant to Rule 5101 9-6-82 of the Ohio Revised Code and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein.
Is there a motion then to authorize Judy as a Director of our Job and Family Services to sign and execute the agreement and certification in accordance to Resolution Number 127-16?
So moved.
Second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay.
Judy, is this something new? Has the Director of Department of Job and Family Services always done this, or?
The process is not new. Since the recession in the JFS agencies, their budget cuts, we were cut like 50% over a 5-year period. This is a way to exchange funds in a more efficient and faster method. We've always done that. So we do it locally, we get approval locally from the county, and then the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services actually blesses it, makes all the behind-the-scenes transfers, and then it gives us the authority to then charge monies to different accounts.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Lyle, item 3, please.
Good morning. I'm Lyle Bloom, Director with the Water Resource Department, and item 3 is a recommendation to execute maintenance bonds in the amounts outlined as surety for the installation of water and sewer main extensions, and this is to serve the Woodbury Glen subdivision, Section 5B in Batavia Township. The water bond is in the amount of $1,800, and the sewer bond is $1,900.
Okay, is there a motion then to execute the reference maintenance bond as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. 4, please.
Item 4 is a recommendation to award the bid for sludge and raw wastewater hauling services for the Clermont County Water Resources Department to Gullet Sanitation Services Incorporated out of Bethel for the lowest and best bid received on June 23, 2016, and then in an amount estimated not to exceed $107,900, and execute the contract for sludge and raw wastewater hauling services effective August 25th, 2016 through August 24th, 2017, with the option to exercise an extension for 1 additional year pursuant to the same terms and conditions. And and this is also contingent upon the release of the purchase orders. And this is for hauling digested sludge from our wastewater treatment facilities that do not have dewatering operations, and we haul that to our wastewater plants that do for dewatering. They haul out of our pods, our septic tanks, basically, that are in some of the collection system we have, and then emergency hauling from our lift stations as well.
So where are the drying beds?
Well, we don't use the drying beds as much now. We do have a few drying beds at Middle East Fork, but typically we use a centrifuge and a belt press. So we've got a permanent centrifuge for dewatering at Middle East Fork. We have a portable centrifuge that we haul from our 9 Mile treatment plant and our Urbana treatment plant. They share that. And then we have a belt filter press at Lower East Fork treatment plant that we dewater with.
When you, just for people to know, when you refer to digested sludge, what do you mean?
It is continuing the biological process to basically make it inert. It still has an odor once it's dewatered, but then we can haul it. Either we can use it for land application once it's dewatered, and it usually has about 20% solids, so it's a very moist topsoil appearance or potting soil appearance. We can land apply it during certain times of the year to farm fields, and then the remainder goes to landfill.
Just when you say the term digested.
Correct. It's aerated. You may see the aeration tanks at our wastewater treatment plants, and we're aerating it, and it's continuing the biological process.
So you say potting soil, can we sell this stuff?
If it's turned to a Class A biosolid, yes, there are communities that do sell it, actually.
All right, is there a motion then to make the award of bid and execute the contract for the sludge raw wastewater hauling services to Gullet Sanitation Services with a contingency as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay.
Thank you.
Thanks. Oh, Lyle, how are we doing on water? I mean, as far as with the drought? I say drought, but the lack of rain we've had.
We really haven't experienced much of a drought. Our water demand, our peak day, I think, is around 15 million gallons.
16, that's
50
not
at
bad.
15. So it's really not been a dry summer. We haven't seen a big increase in demand. So
Good.
we're fine on the water side.
Getting 100% out of Harsha Lake, or?
No, we're still treating anywhere from 4 to 5 million gallons a day out of Harsha. We're rated for 19 there. We try to produce as much as we can from our 2 groundwater plants. Again, the water there, it's cheaper to treat, so we treat as much as we can there, and then just continue to operate BMW, the Bob McEwen plant, close to as low as we can. Unless demand picks up, then we can increase production there. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item number 5, please.
Item 5 is a recommendation to execute change order number 2 to the contract for services with Buckeye Power Sales for maintenance and repair services for the generators located at the Clermont County and Northern Kentucky tower sites. And this is to add the maintenance and repair services for 1 generator unit at the Mount Repose site located in Miami Township, which represents an increase in the total annual amount of $1,231 for a total adjusted annual contract price to date of $15,991, and this is contingent upon the release of the required purchase order. I believe this site was not previously listed in the request for bid, as we didn't have control of the site at the time.
We did use the site at the time.
Yeah. All right, is there a motion to execute change order number 2 to the referenced contract with the contingency as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. And item 6, please.
Item 6 is a recommendation to approve the request to extend the expiration date for the disposition of bids heretofore received on 5/19/16 for maintenance and repair services for the uninterruptible power supplies located at the Clermont County and Northern Kentucky tower sites from Tuesday, August 16th, 2016 until Wednesday, September 14th, 2016, and they are still negotiating with the contractor on this.
Is there a motion then to approve the extension of the expiration date for the bid as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Suki, item 7, please.
Item 7 is a recommendation to execute a contract for professional services between the board and McGuire Associates of Virginia. This is relative to the fully documented cost allocation plan that we file every year. This is in accordance with their proposal that was dated July 18th, 2016, identified in Exhibit A. This will be for the fiscal years that end December 31st, 2015, 16, and 17. They always do the work after the end of the year, so he'll be in this year to do the 2015, and he'll actually, the 2018, he'll be in 2019 to do that. The cost is now $7,000 a year for each fiscal year, not to exceed $28,000 over the term.
Is there a motion then to execute the contract for professional services with the contingency as recommended?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. Thanks, Suki. Doug, item 8, please. Morning.
Item number 8 is a recommendation of Steve Raybolt, County Administrator, to acknowledge the receipt of notification from Pat Munger, the County Engineer, on August 1st, 2016, of his determination to close the following road to through traffic, with the understanding that all advanced warning and detour signs will be erected and maintained accordingly, pursuant to and in compliance with Section 5543.17 of the Ohio Revised Code. This is for Belfast Road between 6063 and 6075 Belfast Road, located in Stone Lake Township. It was closed on Friday, July 29th, and will remain closed until further notice for a culvert replacement.
Is there a motion then to acknowledge the receipt from our county engineer about the road closure as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. And 9, please.
Number 9 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, the County Engineer, with concurrence of Steve Raybolt, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 629-2972 for the following subdivision located within Batavia Township, and further to execute the combined performance and maintenance bond as well as the performance bond for sidewalks as surety for same. This is for Woodbury Glen subdivision, Section 5B in Batavia Township. A performance bond of $20,000, a maintenance bond of $10,000, a performance bond for sidewalks of $23,360, and this is for Alexis Way and Appleseed Way in Woodbury Glen.
Is there a motion then to execute the reference record plat and execute the combination bond and the performance bond for sidewalks as recommended?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. 10, please.
Number 10 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, County Engineer, concurrence of Steve Raybolt, the County Administrator, to adopt resolution number 128-16, resolving to request the State of Ohio Director of Transportation to reduce the speed limit on Tollgate Road located in Williamsburg Township. The current speed is an unposted speed, which is 55 miles per hour, and there is for a from Old State Route 32 to State Route 276.
Is there a motion then to adopt resolution number 128-16 as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. 11, please.
Number 11 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, with concurrence of Steve Raybolt, the County Administrator, to adopt resolution number 129-16, resolving to request the State of Ohio Director of Transportation to reduce the speed limit on De La Palma Road, located in Williamsburg Township. The current speed is unposted, which is 55 miles per hour, and this is from the Village of Williamsburg limits to the Brown County line.
Is there a motion then to adopt resolution number 129-16 as recommended?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Hubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. And 12, please.
12 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, County Engineer, concurrence of Steve Raybolt, the County Administrator, to award the bid for project number RS-07-16 relative to the 2016 Road Resurfacing Program Phase 2, located in various townships, pursuant to specifications, to John R. Jurgensen Company out of Cincinnati, Ohio, for the lowest and best bid received on July 14th in the amount of $1,821,675.20, and to execute the contract pursuant to and compliance with terms and conditions set forth, the award of bid, and the stated requirements within the Ohio Public Works Commission project grant agreement for OPWC project grant control number CJ07T, entitled Old State Route 32 Corridor Rehabilitation, of which a fully executed copy is made a part thereof in concert with Resolution 46-16, ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on April 20th, 2016, and this is contingent upon the release of a purchase order.
Is there a motion then to make the award of bid and execute the contract for 2016 Road Resurfacing Program Phase 2 to the John R. Jerkerson Company with the contingency as recommended.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. 13, please.
Number 13 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, County Engineer, with concurrence of Steve Raybold, County Administrator, to award the bid for project number RS-08-16 relative to the 2016 road resurfacing program Phase 3, located in various townships, pursuant to the specifications to Barrett Paving Materials out of Middletown, Ohio, for the lowest and best bid received on July 14th, 2016, in the amount of $1,194,288.92, and to execute the contract relative thereto, pursuant to and compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein, the award of bid and the stated requirements within the Ohio Public Works Commission Project Loan Agreement for OPWC Project Loan Control Number CJ04T, entitled Monroe Township Roads, and the Ohio Public Works Commission Grant Agreement for OPWC Control Number DJT09, entitled Miami and Monroe Townships Road Rehabilitation, of which fully executed copies are made part thereof, in concert with Resolution Number 46-16, ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on April 20th, 2016, and is also contingent upon the release of a purchase order.
Is there a motion then to make the award of bid, excuse me, and execute the contract for Phase 3 of the 2016 road resurfacing program to Barrett Paving Materials with the contingency as recommended?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Last but not least,
May I ask why we divide that into Phase 2 and Phase 3?
We've already bid Phase 1, which is a project that we had that was not funded in any way.
Okay.
Phase 2 and 3 were two different applications we submitted to OPWC. When we submit the applications to OPWC, we try to break them up so that depending on how much money is available in OPWC, we may drop one or we may reduce the funding request. So rather than ask for one big grant that may be gobbling up too much money, we'll submit two separate ones.
Okay.
We can easily adjust them that way.
all right, 14, please.
Number 14 is a recommendation of Pat Munger, County Engineer, concurrence of Steve Raybold, County Administrator, to award the bid for project number OH-28-15 relative to the Frank Willis Memorial Road Landslide Stabilization Project located in Ohio Township, pursuant to the plan's specifications to Scherzinger Drilling out of Miamitown, Ohio, for the lowest and best bid received on July 14th, 2016, in the amount of $137,399, and to execute the contract relative thereto, pursuant to and complying with the terms and conditions set forth therein, the award of bid, and the stated requirements within the OPWC Project Loan Agreement for OPWC Project Loan Control Number CJ04T, entitled Monroe Township Roads, of which a fully executed copy is made a part hereof, in concert with Resolution 46-16, ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on April 20th, 2016, and this is also contingent upon a release of a purchase order.
Is there a motion then to make the award of bid and execute the contract for the landslide stabilization project to Scherzinger Drilling, Inc. with the contingency as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Yubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Thanks, Doug. Good
Hey,
job.
Doug, quick question for you. Are you familiar with or managing the Monroe Township, that road, was it Pete Wolfer's farm? They were redoing that. I sent a message to Craig a couple weeks ago and I never heard back from him. They were trying to reroute that road.
Yeah,
I didn't know if you were involved, if not.
yes, I'm involved in it.
It was a township issue and a state
It's a
issue.
township issue. The guy wants to relocate the road on the other side of his house. It's not, if you look at the Ohio Revised Code, there's a section that specifically applies to the township that has to hold the public hearings and all that. We've had discussions with the prosecutor's office and the township's representative from the prosecutor's office, I think it was Ernie, had discussions with the township, gave them a step-by-step of what they had to do. I don't know if they're following the proper steps because it's not really in our control. We're trying to help them out. I mean, we've been talking to him for 2 years now about this.
Seems to be moving forward just slowly, maybe.
I think it's moving forward. I think they kind of waited too long. That the township did request our assistance a couple weeks ago, and we told them we could help them out. But we're kind of in our busy season, so we'll help them out. But it's going to be a couple months from now before we can do something.
The engineer's office, our engineer's office is not managing the project. It's
At
more
this point, no.
trustees then.
The trustees are. Yeah.
All right.
again, we're kind of helping them out, answering questions, but
The homeowner emails me on a regular basis to find out what I know, and it's like,
yeah, feel free to call me if you want to find some more details about it, but it's not an easy process that they have to go through, but
all right, good. Thanks.
okay, thanks.
All right, item 15, please.
Item 15 is a recommendation to execute that, certifying that the terms,
Oh, wow.
mortgages, and promissory notes they secured as dated satisfied, and to authorize the recorder to release the said mortgages of record for the following properties: Jennifer and Charles Bryant, 1551 Marion Avenue, Amelia, Ohio, and Margaret Bryant, 4515 Evil Lane in Batavia, Ohio.
Is there a motion then to execute the satisfaction of mortgage and to release the mortgage of record as recommended?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. 16, please.
Item 16 is a request from various departments to execute amendment number 14 to the contract for services by and between the county and Millennium Business Systems, and this is for the replacement, maintenance, and repair of copy machines for Clermont County departments and offices, as identified in the revised Exhibit A. And this will extend services to the Clermont County General Health District and add services to the Department of Job and Family Services, Family and Children First.
Is there a motion then to execute amendment number 14 to the reference contract as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Suki, 17 are financials.
Financials for this week. First, we have our supplemental appropriations into the certificate of, oh boy, Clerk of Courts Certificate of Title. My tongue's not working today. $31,000 in regular salaries. They've got new employees, they've got vacation payouts, they've got some unemployment going on in that department. So you're going to see a few supplementals for salary type areas. Also in their fringe benefits, $21,500. And in their other expenses, a reduction of $52,500 to move the money up in the salary area. We have a addition into the concealed weapons licensing other expenses, $10,000. That's for the additional CCW licenses. It's renewal time. If you remember, it's been, what, 5 years maybe?
Right.
So they're renewing, and they have added postage expenses related to that, and they have the funds to do that with. And then our cash transfers are just two prorate transfers from water and sewer combined. First to water revenue, $170,000, and to sewer revenue, $170,000.
Concealed carry is actually a profit center for the sheriff's office, isn't it? I know a lot of people from Hamilton County come out here to register.
They can, right, yeah. So, and it makes some money. There's a fund that has a pretty good balance right now. They use it to cover the expenses related to some of their people when they're processing all of these. And they obviously have some expenses directly related to every license that they take.
Yeah, I think it's our turnaround, which is very positive. I mean, we turn things around in a couple of weeks or a week versus a month or two in Hamilton County.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, we're one of the leaders in the state.
As far as the number?
The number, especially per capita. I know I had a reporter ask me, what do you think about your, county having, almost leading the state in the amount of concealed carries? I said, I think it's great. Because you want to come out here and commit a crime, you don't know who's going to be packing, so just beware.
Well, and I think all counties that touch us can come to Clermont County to get their concealed carry permit. And I think many do.
Is there a motion then to approve the supplemental appropriations and the cash transfers as recommended?
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Ubel?
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Mr. Proud?
Yay. Our training and travel, 18, please.
Recorder Common Pleas Adult Probation Department, Taylor Stamps, 2 days, Orient, Ohio. Corrections Training Academy. Total expenses not to exceed $339.26. Prosecuting Attorney, Mary Lynn Burke, 1 day, Cincinnati, Ohio. Clermont Chamber of Commerce, August Legislative Luncheon. Estimated not to exceed $30. Ernie Ramos, 1 day, Blacklick, Ohio. Ohio Township Association Law Directors Group, estimated not to exceed $213.40. County Sheriff's Office, Gregory Paff, 3 days, London, Ohio. Ohio Police Officer Training Academy, estimated not to exceed $230. Adam Bailey, 4 days, Louisville, Kentucky. 2016 K-9 Cop Conference and Vendor Show, estimated not to exceed $947.08. And Geographic Information Systems, Joseph O'Brien, 3 days, Columbus, Ohio, 2016 GIS Conference, not to exceed $873.64.
Is there a motion then to approve the training and travel requests as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Yubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. 19, please.
Item 19, training and travel request, Commissioner Humphrey, 2 days, Columbus, Ohio, for the Ohio 911 Symposium, estimated not to exceed $495.80.
Okay, is there a motion to approve that training and travel request?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Yubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay.
Mr. Humphrey.
Abstain.
All right, our personal actions, 20, please.
Clermont Transportation Connection, Jamie Holcomb, vehicle operator, resign, effective 8/1. Department of Job and Family Services, Brandy Porter, Employment Services Consultant 2, new hire, effective 8/29. Department of Public Safety Services, Jesse Box, Emergency Resource Technician, step increase, effective 8/18. Facilities Management, Ricky Reardon, Facilities Management Coordinator, transfer, effective 8/15. And Water Resources Department, Kevin Capers, Design Engineer, resignation, effective 8/19.
Is there a motion then to approve the personal actions as recommended?
So moved.
I'll second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Yubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. And on subject of personnel, I believe we have an add-on.
You have an executive session for
Executive session.
Oh,
We have
okay,
an
I see that
executive
now.
session.
Gotcha. All right. We've had a request for an executive session pursuant to Section 121.22G1 of the Ohio Revised Code, and that's to consider the employment, promotion, and or compensation of one or more public employees. Is there a motion to go into executive session under that section and for those reasons?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Mr. Yubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. We'll be back in a little bit. All right, let the record show the board came out of executive session as again with no decisions made. I believe we have an add-on, Terry.
Terry Ousley with Human Resources. I have a recommendation of Lyle Bloom, Director of Utilities, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, Assistant County Administrator, to amend Appendix 4.09 of the Clermont County Personnel Policy and Procedures Manual with respect to the Clermont County Classification Plan to create the position of Water Resource Department Supervisor of Wastewater Treatment and Compliance, and to revise the table of organization for the Clermont County Water Resources Department to delete the position of one Water Resource Department Supervisor, Wastewater Treatment, and to add the position of one Wastewater Resource Supervisor of Wastewater Treatment and Compliance, as outlined in Exhibit A, attached thereto and made a part thereof, effective August 10th, 2016, and further to authorize the update of the appropriate internet links and appendices accordingly.
Is there a motion then to amend Appendix 4.09 and to revise our table of organization and to also update our internet links and appendices as recommended?
I'll make that motion.
And I will second the motion.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Yubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. Thank you, Terry. See, you did great for the first time.
Thank you.
All right, do we have anything else?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll take a 5-minute break for the minutes to be prepared. All right, let the record show we came out of recess and resumed our regular session. Gentlemen, we have the minutes from today's session in front of us, and when you all are ready, entertain a motion to approve those minutes.
All right. Your call. All right, I'll make a motion to approve today's minutes from August 10th, 2016.
Second.
Mr. Yubel.
Yes.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. Again, with no further business, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I will second that.
Mr. Humphrey.
Aye.
Mr. Yubel.
Yes.
Mr. Proud.
Yay. Thank you all. God bless.